David, get up.
Keith? Where is this? Shirley? Keith! Shirley! Where's Shirley?
Settle down and answer me first. What are you doing here? What happened?
I think... Shirley? She's sure taking her time. Shirley? Shirley! What happened? Hang in there! Ah! I don't remember anything after that.
Alright.
Brendan and Stevie are both... You're kidding, right?
I don't make jokes in such poor taste. Lance and the Grundlers are hiding out in the safe room. I thought you'd have been kidnapped too, but I guess not.
So Shirley was gone because...
He must have taken her. Trying to bait you, I'll bet. Wonder what he's plotting.
We have to hurry.
I'll take you to the others. Stay put with them.
No way. I have to go find her. She's my wife. I have to.
Listen to me. You'll only get in the way.
I'm going, no matter what. How could you dodge that?
Why couldn't you?
You could have told me duck or something.
Your fault for coming along. This is exactly why I told you to stay put.
How could you
Why?
You could have...
Your fault.
Oh no, looks like I've been cornered by Mr. Detective. Back to the wall, nowhere to run. It's like the end of a chase scene, straight from a movie. Now let's see, you'd be Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, so I'm John Doe,
Where'd you take Shirley?
Hey, are you the guy that kidnapped Shirley? Where is she?
Ah, so nice to see you, David. Can't help worrying about your wife, I see. Worry not, you'll meet her very soon, sooner than you think. So then, here I have a box. Surprise, a gift from me to you. I'd like David to open it, if possible. I'm sure he'll be stunned. Well, anyway, you two, take your time and enjoy the present.
Wait. Don't. If you open that, don't open it. Please. Stop!
Thought so.
God damn it. Who does that asshole think he is?
Calm down. Don't let him rile you up.
Come to think of it, Keith, Helena's okay, isn't she?
Haven't found her yet.
What? But, I was sure that... I mean, you seemed so...
Seem to what?
We have to find them. Quick! Shirley and Helena both. Shirley!
Hold it.
Hey there, it's the dynamic duo again.
You!
Stay back. He's armed.
Ooh, I'm shaking. David? Oh, are you mad, I wonder? Sorry to tease you back there, but I know how it feels when you don't know if a loved one is safe. It's truly distressing. Now, don't look behind you. But David, oh David, you're demanding something you can never have. You know everyone will always leave you, so why do you struggle so?
What are you saying? Get away from Shirley, now!
Very well, I will open your eyes. Men are always led astray by women. This is what the evil ones deserve.
Get back.
Shirley!
Hey. David, can you untie the ropes?
No good. They're too tight.
David, use this.
Shirley! Hey, wake up! Shirley!
Well done, David. I knew you'd leap right in there. How you holding up? Good? But boy, I just don't get you. You oughta just dump her, the same way her parents dumped her. She never needed you for anything anyway.
Huh?
Once a loner, always a loner, David. Two loners getting together to feel secure. Pretty hollow, don't you think? Here I thought you'd know the sorrow of needing someone to lean on and the bother of being needed. But you and her, it just doesn't work. You're abandoning her. What do they say again? That's right. Like father, like son.
Shut up!
Oh well, if you won't take my advice, then let death do you part. I'll make it a dramatic one for you. Might as well. I'll be taking my leave then. Wouldn't want to disturb you two having a hot moment.
David, can you make it to the ladder?
No way. The flames are too much.
Stay there. I'll take care of them.
I'm fine, thanks. But Shirley isn't waking up.
Only fainted. Let's carry her to the safe room.
Shirley!
David, where am I? Your arm, it's burnt. Are you okay? What happened?
I'm glad you're okay.
What's wrong? What? I see. All that while I was out like a dunce, huh?
But what matters is that you are safe, Shirley.
Same to all of you. So the only one who hasn't been found is...
Helena.
I'll go find her. Don't leave the room.
Wait, Keith, I'll go with you.
Oh?
It's not safe for anyone to act alone at any rate. What if something happened out there?
I'm telling you, don't.
But...
Don't you ever forget your duty. What is that woman to you? You're gonna leave her to come with me? Get a grip. You have to protect her.
Shirley?
I understand. I just have to beat the crap out of that bag-wearing weirdo if he comes by, right? Simple enough. Be careful out there, David.
You do that, Shirley. Let's go.
Hey!
Keith! Find Helena quickly. Please.
Are you stupid? What are you even thinking?
I'm not stupid, but I am thinking. Yeah, I'm uneasy when I don't know if Shirley's okay, but I know she'll be fine there with the others.
You've got a tough wife.
Yeah, I usually lose when we get in fights, too. So, what about Helena?
I don't know. Is your head okay? You look like you got punched out.
It's fine. You just need to look out for yourselves.
Would it be alright if I came with you too?
No, look after your daughter first.
You sure it'll be alright to take that baby face with you?
Ask the babyface to his face.
What does my face have to do with it? Don't tell me. You're going to walk along those?
There's no other path. Don't like it? Leave.
Don't come this way. You're going to make me fall.
Hey, detective. Up to your silly profiling, it seems. Say, why don't I try doing the same? You're always carrying a little box with you. A precious little black box. A treasure trove of all you hold dear. Don't you notice the smell from that box? You know what it is, don't you? Do you think you're better than me? Do you want to kill me or befriend me? I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Who do I pray to straighten out this crooked tongue?
You okay?
Sorry, I just felt kinda...
I don't expect you to be unfazed by a sight like that. Sorry, I couldn't tell till I got close. You know, that corpse was strange.
Strange? How so?
The other servants were found dead in what looked like living spaces, but this one's way out here. Not to mention I found this on the floor.
Ammunition? So they were shot?
All the others were caught unaware and stabbed. This one was tied to a chair and shot in the head. Seems it was a struggle to the bitter end. Is this just for show too? I think we get the idea by now.
I'm not too sure either. But yeah, it's odd that he'd use a gun. I wonder why that is.
Damn it, I should be able to figure this out. God, this feels awful. I feel like I'm missing something. Something I should realize with some thought, but I'm just not noticing. My brain just hasn't been working lately.
Why's that?
I guess because I'm not enough of a man to solve two problems at once.
Keith, do you think you could climb over this?
Who do you think I am? There's no way.
Sophie? Sophie, where are you? Sophie, come on.
Richard?
Sophie, where are you? Sophie! Sophie, stop playing around. Sophie.
Richard!
Keith! David! Do you know where Sophie is?
She's gone?
I just looked away for a second and she wasn't there. I can't find her anywhere. He might have kidnapped her.
Calm down. Start from the top.
Telling such a thoughtful papa just to calm down won't do any good, you know.
Where?
You! Did you take my daughter? Where's Sophie?
Ah, Richard. So scared your daughter will leave this world as soon as you're not looking. Just like your wife was robbed from you by a robber's gun.
Whoa!
Don't listen to him, Richard.
Your wife was such a cheerful and lively lady, Richard. But the truth is, she was an unbelievable idiot, leaving herself in the care of a useless man like you. But it must have been a happy death. Just one bang, and she was gone. And what a beloved daughter she left behind. You fawn over her so. A real memento of your dear wife, yes. But humans do tend to die so easily, as I'm sure you're well aware.
Stop it!
Calm down, Richard. Don't listen to a word he says.
Oh, poor Richard. Alas, the Grundlers are down to just one Grundler. But don't you cry. You'll be the Grundlers again soon. In hell.
Don't you dare insult my family! What did you do with Sophie? Give her back this instant. If you even lay a finger on her, You monster!
Richard, settle down!
Well, I guess I'd better go. Cute little Sophie is waiting for me.
Let's head back to Lance and Shirley.
I'm so sorry. I never even noticed she was gone.
And where was she?
The bathroom. Thought she had to take a piss, but she never came back out. So we busted down the door and she'd fled the coop.
That little brat. Shirley, you think you can get in the vent above the bathtub?
Way too tight. My shoulders won't even fit. She's small enough that she could have, though.
You mean Sophie snuck out on her own?
You couldn't sneak in through the windows. It's a sheer cliff outside. And I checked the rooms for any weird tricks when we first came in. The rim of the bathtub has marks made by heels, and some dust fell from the vent above. So she must have climbed up on the tub to get in there. That scrawny, delicate girl could easily crawl through.
Richard, wait! You can't go alone!
Please let me go. That fiend has Sophie in his grasp. We need to
Not yet, he doesn't. He's the kind of guy who puts out corpses for show. If he'd caught Sophie, he'd gladly flaunt it, I'm sure. He must have overheard Richard looking for Sophie and decided to meddle. We'll find her before he does. Come on, David.
And me too.
You stay here. You're out of sorts right now. If you tried anything sudden, I couldn't guarantee your safety.
Wait! Please. You must find her for me. She's my one and only daughter. After my wife passed away, I couldn't look her in the eye for quite some time. But still, she's grown to be a wonderful girl. She's my pride and joy. If anything happened to her, I'd...
Sorry. We'll find her. Just wait for us.
So,
Step back.
Why did it have to be like this? On our first vacation in ages. Wonder if Helena's okay.
Oh, it's Sophie. Is something the matter?
Why did you marry Mr. Keith, Helena?
Why do you ask that?
Lately, I felt like my heart doesn't ever beat fast anymore. I can think people are great and all, but that's it. I can't get excited about them like I used to. It's like I forgot how to love. David and Shirley get along really well, so I'm jealous. And I don't want to be by myself forever. So I'd like to know why you and Mr. Keith decided to get together, Helena.
You know, love is like a jewel. It's buried deep in a person's heart, and one day you just dig it up. Feelings like love and sympathy can create all different kinds of jewels, though jealousy, anger, and pride can shatter them too. Have you ever found such a jewel?
Yeah, but I got rejected.
Don't worry, you'll find it again. I hope you can make a wonderful jewel someday.
So what's your jewel like, Helena?
Mine is already complete. I don't want to meddle with it anymore. I just want to keep it deep in my heart. It's so windy. Your hair's a mess, young lady. We should get back inside.
No. No. I doubt this goes outside. Must go somewhere else in the castle. Alright. It opened. I can get out here. Ow! That hurt. Glad I'm out of there. Okay, now I have to find Helena. Ugh, something smells funny in here. Is something there?
Hi there, sweetie. You've been a bad girl, Sophie. Why do you want to make your father cry? Perhaps you wish to see your mother again.
Where's Helena?
Sophie, are you mad at me? It's been so long since our last meeting.
What are you talking about?
Don't you remember? We've met time after time in every bad dream you had as a child. I'll take you to the world inside the closet. But first, we need to play some more. Why don't you look after my pets? They're a bit hungry, but they're lively pups. Have fun. Take your time.
Cute little doggies. I'm busy right now, so why don't we play later? Ah! No! Stay away from me, you stupid dogs! Stop it already! Please, stay away! No! Huh? What?
Sophie?
David! Mr. Keith!
Dogs? Sophie, what happened in here?
That man locked me in here. He sicked those dogs on me.
Sicked them? They look asleep to me.
No, they were just up and attacking me. Then all of a sudden they fell asleep. It was really sudden. Yeah, they fell asleep so quickly, as if...
Keith?
What were you thinking? Can you even imagine how much you worried your father, you idiot?
I just wanted to find Helena.
Don't give me excuses. I told you not to leave that room. Why don't you do what?
Keith?
Stand up. Tell me you'll never do anything to make your father cry again. Say it!
I'll never do it again.
Let's go back.
Sophie! Oh, thank God. Keith, David, thank you so much. Sophie, why did you leave the room?
I went to look for Helena. I was just really worried.
And how worried was I when you were gone? Please, don't leave without telling me again.
Mr. Keith! I'm sorry. Thank you for coming to find me.
Don't take your eye off that brat, Richard. She'll be the death of your daughter.
David.
Why don't you do what I tell you to? Haven't I told you not to play in here? What if a pot or a knife fell on you?
Sorry, Dad.
So, why were you playing around here?
I was playing policeman, and, it's snowing today.
So?
This mat here is white and fluffy, like snow. So...
Do you want to join the police, Todd?
Yeah, I want to be a policeman like you, Dad.
Well. But a policeman has to follow the rules. A boy who breaks rules can't join the force. It's the law.
Well, unless you have connections, right?
Connections? Who taught you a word like that?
You did, Dad.
Well then, you'll join the force with your connections. That's a lame way to do it.
Lame?
Yeah, some of my buddies got in by connections, but they're all dumb, unpopular, and really lame to boot. You want to be a lame policeman, Todd?
Nuh-uh, I'll be a cool policeman.
Then no relying on connections, or playing pretend in the kitchen. Mom should be back from shopping soon. Let's go meet her.
Okay, don't want Mom to run into any swindlers. Dad and I'll protect her.
Swindlers? Now who taught you that one?
You did, Dad.
Right. Well, let's go.
Are we taking the car?
I've got a better idea.
Ow!
Oops, sorry.
Keith? What's the matter?
Just thinking about my son.
You have a son?
He's dead. What is it?
Something's wrong.
What would that be?
He's not the Boogie Man.
Don't forget, David.
Right.
Good going. Finding that girl?
Finding people is kind of my job. David, let me ask a favor.
My neck's gonna break.
Hey, quit shaking. Don't you work out at all?
Why are you trying to get up there anyway?
That big-headed freak. He's always vanishing when there's no way out, and appearing from nowhere too. He's clearly using routes we don't know about. I need to learn more about them. This wall's been painted over, so I'm sure there's a path up ahead.
That doesn't explain using me as a footstool. Climb up there and get your weight off my shoulders.
Lance could have worked, but I wouldn't push a wounded guy. And for your information, only 3% of that weight is fat. So excuse you. Toss me your lighter. I'll look ahead. Don't move from that spot. Shout for me if anything happens. dick.
Ah!
Don't move. You're under arrest.
Your wifey's got a good butt on her. Really makes me want to chase after her.
Where is she? Where?
Ah, detective. How careless. Trying to take me on in such close quarters. I hate to say such a rude thing to a detective, but not really. Dummy.
Keith, my poor darling. You watched me as I wallowed in the depths of despair. And there you stood, with your back against the edge. Now, it's time that you finally learn. You need pride. You need peace. So go ahead, take it all. But don't you see? In the end, there will be nothing left of you.
Ugh.
Where is this? Who are you? What's going on?
Hello, Miss Baring.
Who?
Call me Boogie, ma'am. I'm about to begin a game befitting such a joyful night. I'd appreciate your participation as well. Run from me, miss.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you mean. Where's my husband? Where am I? Why is that man tied up?
Ah, he's an assistant. He can quickly explain to you how this will all work. If I should catch you, this happens. Understand the rules now?
Where's my husband?
Somewhere you wouldn't know about.
Where's my husband?
He can't save you. He's in my grasp. It's up to me if he lives or dies. Now run, Miss Baring. The game begins, and I am it.
So, I was on the inside of the cell? Thanks for the letter.
Keith, did something happen?
That big head knocked me out cold.
What? No wonder you took so long. Are you okay?
I could have died easily, but more importantly... No, forget it. There was another corpse. I think one of the servants. Been dead a few months.
A few months? Isn't that kind of odd?
Yeah, it is. It's not like he got stuck there and couldn't get out. He was clearly murdered with a knife. What a ridiculous place. I never wanted to come somewhere so shady.
What about it is shady?
Since when are there castles in this country? I thought something was up the moment my boss told me about the castle tour. Then I found out it's the mansion of some European guy from the colonial era, and it's got a history of Native American persecution to boot. You can't open this kind of place to the public. You wouldn't get a tourist trap, you get a lawsuit. The tribes that got persecuted here are still around. What was that Brendan guy even thinking? Guess we'll never know now.
If you were suspicious, then why did you come?
Because Helena wanted to. But had I known it was this bad, no way. I wouldn't want her to learn this kind of bloody history. With a month off, I could have taken her anywhere, but I chose here. And then this happens.
So, it was for Helena. You never seemed to pay her much mind, so I thought you didn't even like her, honestly.
I wanted to pay her more attention, but I couldn't. My subordinate kept calling so much, I couldn't catch a break.
Detectives have it rough. They're still cool, though.
I'm on vacation, so I'm just a plain old guy right now. Come on, let's go.
Keith, are you going in there?
Can't I?
Well,
Don't tell me you're afraid.
when I was a kid, this wild dog chased me around for like an hour.
For such a big guy, you're really a wimp.
You're more heartless than I thought, David.
Is he behind there?
Don't mind him. Let's go.
Your mother's crying down in hell, you know. Can't you hear your mother's pitiful wails? Why did my dear Davy leave me alone? I don't want to be alone. Please don't leave me alone. Davy, oh Davy.
Calm down. Don't listen to him.
David, doesn't it hurt leaving your mother all by herself? A real thoughtful son, he'd go to be by her side right away. Or do you feel relieved? To hell with that weak woman who always clung to you.
Let go. I won't let him talk like that.
Settle down. Don't open that door.
Let go!
You stupid brat! You don't listen to a word, do you? Never listens, never learns. Must have put your old man through a lot of trouble.
What's that?
I said your father must have had it real hard with you. Jumping into danger alone, following when I tell you to stay. That's not being a brat, I don't know what is.
Say that one more time.
So it's not just your eyes that are busted, but your ears too? Or is it your head to blame? Getting riled up over every little thing. Think punching me will calm you down? Then go ahead.
Let's go.
Hey there, David. What are you looking up at? Look down below.
David.
Ah, I finally got you snared. That detective was a bit too perceptive earlier. Killing you would put me at a big advantage. A critical hit to the detective. Oh, this is getting good.
Gas?
Exactly. This may sting a bit, David, but not for long. Now hurry, Batman. Robin's gonna be a canary.
What are you doing? Hurry! You can do this. Just walk. Once you're out of here, you'll be fine. Hey, come on, walk! David! David, open up! David! 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 I want an enemy.
You've got those all over the place. Ain't the guy who just shot you in the head an enemy? Everyone you've ever had to shoot was one, too.
They're all fakes. They're all smiling. I want an enemy. One that if I can kill them, and put an end to all these stupid incidents.
Well, there is one of those. In here. Aim a shot in there, and you could kill him. Of course, it'd be a victory for you, but it'd be a loss, too. So you just gotta put up with all these small-minded guys instead. We're almost at the hospital. Hope it's not too crowded.
It's not you. It's not you. It's not you. Who are you? Why are you smiling?
Keith, where is he? Where is he?
He's dead.
You're lying!
I'm not.
Why?
He protected me.
That asshole.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. I tried to tell him that he should put his own safety first.
Shirley, don't hold back. You can cry if you need to.
Would it bring him back if I did?
If you don't cry now, you might never cry or laugh again. Like me. Stop it. Stop it! Excuse me. Bearing here? Yes, that's right. I'll be there.
Mr. Baring, sorry to have called you. Your wife said she couldn't look, but we need you to confirm.
It's my son.
Are you sure?
He's wearing the clothes from this morning. My wife sewed his name on then. Todd Baring. Check behind the neck.
You have my deepest condolences. Sign here. We'll send you a pamphlet for a mortician. Refer to it if you wish. Thank you. There's a nurse waiting outside. Tell them if you need any help. Now, please excuse me.
It's me.
Hey, Keith, you off loitering somewhere? You gotta hurry. The suspect's on the move. Head for Wellington Street. Got it?
Don't go. Stay with me.
I've been waiting, Detective. Oh dear, what a frightening face. A glare like that. Heck, it even gets me shaking. What got you so angry? Ah, David's death, perhaps? Well, there's no need to worry there, because I'm the one who killed him. It wasn't your fault. Yes, those are the magic words. Aren't they the ones you're always telling yourself every time you confront an innocent person's death? It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Well, fine by me, Detective. You're always biting off more than you can chew, eh? But now you should be asking yourself, is it because this guy's a murderer that I want to kill him so bad? Whoa there, I know you want to make this quick, but give me a sec. Indeed, once this game is over, you can leave safe and sound. With your wife, too. Yes, your wife is just fine. Well, maybe a little hurt, you know. If you catch me, this oh-so-fun game will finally end. But that's too boring, isn't it? Now I'm going to kill you. You can put up any opposition you like. Nobody to force yourself to protect here, so do as you please. Kill me, find your wife, and go back home. That's a happy ending for you, right? Precious box of yours. It smells rotten. There's a corpse in the box. You're just pretending you don't notice it.
Helena.
Keith? Keith, thank God. I'm so glad you're alive. Keith, you're hurt. Really hurt. Let me see. Are you okay?
This is nothing. But you.
It doesn't hurt at all. It's just... I was so scared. I thought you might vanish in front of me too.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I couldn't protect you.
Keith.
Let's continue our conversation. I'm gonna go with D. The bad one. Give me a week. I'll pack my bags.
No, I'll leave.
You should stay there. You don't want to let go of the house, do you? All the memories there. A week from now, let's do dinner. I want to talk about some last things. A lot of them.
Okay. I want that too.
No more beer for you?
Yeah, I get sleepy if I drink too much.
I'll take you home tonight, so you don't have to worry about that.
No, it's fine. I need to be capable of going home alone, even if I'm drunk. Hey, do you remember this? One time, after having a lot to drink, you came home with all this food. And when you got home, you started cooking all of a sudden. I just stared in disbelief while you cooked without a word. Then you said, "Okay, eat up, good night," and fell asleep.
Did that really happen?
Of course! I couldn't eat it all, so I gave it to you in the morning. And you said, "Oh, wow, luxurious. Did you make that in advance?" You didn't remember it at all. Gosh, I laughed so hard.
If you think that's funny, I shouldn't tell you what I got up to as a drunk student. You'd laugh yourself to death.
I haven't seen you laugh in forever.
Really?
If you can smile like that, then I don't need anything else.
Not even me being with you? Sorry. I'll stop. Don't cry, Helena. I want our last meeting to be a fun one.
Right. Keith, it's your phone. Keith.
Don't answer it.
We're unable to take your call at the moment. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Keith, what the hell are you thinking? How can you resign and not tell me about it? I want to talk, please. Call me back, ASAP. I'm waiting.
Keith? A message from Mr. Anderson? So he called the home phone too. Oh, you surprised me. Where were you?
Couldn't sleep, though I thought I'd have a drink. Sorry I woke you. Though there was a bottle of spirits in here. Where'd that go?
Oh, it's in those drawers. Keith?
Helena, you should stay in this house. Todd is here, and so am I. This house was like a box full of treasures to me. Treasures more valuable than life itself. I wanted to protect them at all costs. But I wasn't strong enough. I couldn't protect them. Not Todd, not you. And yet, even knowing my powerlessness, I couldn't let things go. If you're ever born again, I'll pray you never meet me.
Keith. Keith. Keith! Ah!
You okay?
Yeah, I guess. But I think I got a bump on my head just now.
Good. You go back to the room. If this happens again, I can't afford to save you.
Sorry, it's my own stupidity to blame.
That's not the problem. If anything happens to you, I'm the one left with a crying Shirley.
Isn't there anyone who'd cry for you?
Maybe not anymore.
Huh?
Still want to tag along?
Yeah.
Do what you like. I'm exhausted.
Keith, let's rest a little. If you don't take a break, you're going to...
Shut up. This isn't the time.
I'm tired, okay? Let me rest. Or are you gonna drag around an exhausted citizen, detective?
Lend me your lighter. You've got one smoke to rest.
The heck is that guy anyway? How does he know about my mom? And Shirley's past? It's really disturbing.
David, did you celebrate your birthday with Shirley last month? Or was it with Paul and Marion?
Oh, I scheduled a meal with Shirley, then celebrated with Paul and Marion the other... Huh. Did I ever tell you my friends' names?
Sorry about your mother. Brain tumors are like a landmine. One misstep means trouble. But I guess they don't teach you how to dodge landmines in flight school, huh?
What?
Oh, and you ought to toughen your stomach for anchovies and liver. I mean, unless you want younger girls thinking that's cute or whatever.
Hold on a second. What do you know about my mom, too? And my friends in school? I never told you any of that, right?
Keep this between us. But working as a detective for 15 years, you get to know stuff. Like what someone's done in the past, just by looking at their faces. Maybe that big-headed freak is the same way.
You're kidding, right?
You think I'm kidding? You're a real sucker. Take care you don't get swindled someday.
What's this about? What do you know all about me?
You were taken to the police after the incident with your mother. Remember the detective who questioned you?
I was pretty dazed at the time, so I don't really remember. But it wasn't you, was it?
Eric Simpson, my subordinate. It was only an attempted crime, so he was the only one to handle you. And you know, he's got a real messy desk. He lets case files and the like pile up so high they even topple over onto my desk. I saw some files on you among them. Your history, your family, that kind of info. And your mother's diagnosis. Oh, and the ones who verified your identity were your friends Paul and Mary and Martin. I remember them well, especially because that Paul guy made a huge ruckus at the station. He was the one that ate too many chili dogs too, right?
Then the anchovies. Oh yeah, I mentioned that at dinner. But I didn't tell you I hated liver, did I?
I hate anchovies myself, and I hate liver. That's all.
Why did you make a guess for that one?
Because you're stupid enough that I thought it'd fool you.
If you know so much about me, why didn't you say so when we first met?
Because I was suspicious of you.
Huh? Me? Why?
A year and a half ago, you found a hanged body in an abandoned house in another state. The state police came to us trying to determine the guy's identity. That's when I read your testimony, and it was real sketchy.
Sketchy? Why?
I understand you were looking for the guy who formerly lived in your apartment, but how did you track him down without even knowing his name, or what he looked like? Said you followed notes, but when you were asked to show him, you said you lost them. You said you shot a man in the house, but there was no gunpowder on the gun, no dropped cartridges. Most importantly, nobody to shoot. And then you just happened to find that former tenant's corpse. You gotta know that's suspicious.
But it's true. I was led there by the notes he wrote. Once I found the body and called the police, I realized they were gone. And I did shoot someone, but I'm not sure if it was a person.
As you testified, but I guess that doesn't matter so much now. I was wary of you because of what you could have done. I didn't want to leave Helena with a madman. If you did anything even a little weird, I was going to turn around and take my wife home.
Do you still distrust me?
When we first met on the boat, I intentionally told you that I was a detective. Somebody with something to hide would be alarmed. But then you just said cool, so I was a bit less wary. You might be crazy for all I know, but you haven't shown any sign of being dangerous. Listen, everyone's got bad stuff in their past. For somebody who shouldn't know it to dig it up and use it against you, that'd agitate and anger most people. He knows that well. He's showing off what he knows to upset all of you and control your actions. He's done it to you, to Richard, to Lance.
Lance, too?
He's an ex-journalist. Took photos of that job, too. When he published articles, he signed his photos with LK. He investigated the state police during a sexual assault and murder case 3 years back, but went too far. The victim's family and civil liberties group attacked him for invasion of privacy, and he was driven out of journalism.
How do you know about all that, Keith?
Doesn't matter.
Well, I understand that those are the guy's methods, but how does he know all of our pasts in the first place?
The Boogie Man lives in your closet, right? So, He's always watching. Watching when you nearly killed your mother. Watching when you were snuggling with your wife in bed.
Don't make threats like that.
He's only human. The appearance, the weapon, the info, it's all just to scare us.
You're taking it pretty well, though.
It's all cheap tactics. It's not going to scare me.
Yep, that's our detective. Nothing scares him, even though his wife might be in danger. Still calm.
If I let myself be shaken, you'd all follow suit. I can't protect anyone if I get distracted. A detective doesn't just go fishing for corpses. I've got my lousy pride and my duty. I can't just watch while someone kills people with a grin on their face.
Even if you're forsaking someone important to you?
What are you trying to say?
There's a big gap between your ideal and what you really want. It's contradictory. Isn't that painful for you? I wanted to be a pilot, but thinking about it now, I think I was just too stubborn to see anything else.
So?
You'll understand someday.
Thinking of taking a nap here? Let's go.
Keith, those things you said before, were you trying to make me angry?
I don't intend on telling anyone your history, nor your family problems. Sorry if you're still pissed.
No, it's fine. I guess I am kind of a brat. Keith.
Hey, stop that, would you?
Huh?
Stop that thing. It's hurting my ears.
What does?
Your phone! I hate hearing phones ring. It's yours, right? Make it stop already!
Calm down.
Make it stop!
Calm down, please. Where are you hearing a phone ringing? There's no phone ringing. In fact, I think I lost my cell phone earlier. So please, calm down.
I hate it. I hate the sounds of phones.
Why?
Because it always brings bad news.
At last, I finally got a hold of you. Oh dear, hurt all over. But what else could I do? You just wouldn't stop running, miss, no matter how much I hurt you. But well, our game of tag's come to a close now. Yes, you can't outrun the scary Boogie Man. Are you relieved it's over? Or are you still scared? Well, madam, do you want to run?
You're an unbelievable idiot.
Say again.
I called you an idiot. You thought I was running because I was scared. You think I'm scared of you? Maybe you've spent too long in your little closet world to understand. You've convinced yourself that women and children are all scared of you. What were you planning once you caught me? Kill me? And then what? You'd go to kill Keith, right? You told me you had Keith in your hands. Whether he'd live or die was up to me. I guess that was true. And all this time you've been foolishly chasing after me. You could never kill him. I'm weak. I can't be as strong as Keith is. But there is something I can do in all my weakness. If I can keep your attention away from Keith by running all the time, I'll run to the ends of the earth. You poor, stupid little Boogie Man. You really are such a child. You just love bullying anyone weaker than you. Go ahead. Have fun in your little world. Call yourself a villain, a monster. But I'll never let you bring my husband into it. Don't you dare lay a hand on him!
You talk too much, madam.
Let's hurry and look for Helena. She must be nearby. Keith? Keith, what are you doing? We have to hurry. Keith, are you listening? Hey, what are you staring at? Are you asleep? Get a grip! Come on!
I'm awake. David, you look for Helena. She should be near.
Huh? What about you? What are you gonna do?
I'm going to go kill a monster.
Wait, Dad. Leave the door open and don't turn out the lights in the hall.
Why?
The boogeyman will come.
What kind of guy is this Boogie Man?
He has long nails and kidnaps kids. He lives in the closet.
A kidnapper? Well, can't leave a guy like that on the loose. Alright, Dad'll give him a good beating. Hey, Boogie, you in there? What the? Hey, let go.
Dad? Dad!
Whew, he was a little tough, but I got him good. No worries, son. Old Boogie won't come for you anymore.
Really?
Would I lie? Me and Mom are in the bedroom right there, you know. You still scared? Oh, need your stuffed bunny, do you? Or should I read you a bedtime story? Maybe the ones with the fairies.
No way! I'm not a wuss, Dad. I can sleep by myself.
That's the spirit. Listen, Todd. If the boogeyman comes to get you again, Dad'll beat him up. I'm not gonna let anyone mess with you or Mom.
'Cause you're a police officer?
'Cause I'm Dad. Good night, son. Should I leave the light on?
It's okay. I've got you and Mom.
Good night. I love you.
Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. Have you ever thought about it, detective? Thought you have an enemy? Who or what it is, you don't even know. Maybe it doesn't even exist. Maybe it's all in your head. But you know there's something tormenting you, always making it so painful. You feel like the whole world's out to make you suffer. Too troublesome to make an enemy of the whole world, right? So just making one enemy will do. I chose you as my enemy. Have I become yours? Oh well, either way, we're gonna settle this right here. Let's end this wonderful game now. Can you beat this final boss and take back your beloved wife? What's so funny?
Boy, you're really having a blast, huh? What's so funny that you can be all smiles all the time? Total opposite of me. I don't remember the last time I laughed. But I guess we were pretty similar after all. In a sense, it was all a lie. You're always grinning ear to ear, but you're scared, aren't you? So you keep running. You can't go head to head with me. You and me are just acting. You're no scary monster, and I'm no paragon of justice. Final boss? Huh. A big baddie should be a pretty sly guy, shouldn't they? But taking hostages, always on the run, the only thing you can chase after is girls' rumps. You know, I wasn't planning to do anything with you. As long as the others were safe, I was fine leaving you be. I'd secure your hostages and scram, then just leave you to the local police. Because I'm not chasing you. You just keep running from me. What I'm really chasing after. Sorry, but it ain't you. That's right, it's not you. You're my enemy. Spare me the sleep talk. Why would I make my enemy a dunce who just sneaks away? A coward who hides in the closet and threatens kids. And your enemy? Not me either. You've got a lot more enemies. If you go to the slammer, you're gonna be a real popular guy. I can tell. But this is a great chance. No hostages to get in the way, no one watching, so I can do whatever I like with you. Detective, criminal, that doesn't matter now. You've done the number one thing to get on my bad side. You chased after my wife's rump. That alone is enough reason for me to beat you down. Don't you think, Boogie? Can't afford to laugh anymore, can you? Back to your closet, Boogie Man. You don't have what it takes to make it over here.
Where do you think you're going, Lance?
I'm gonna find them. They've been gone way too long.
Did you forget what he said? It'll be a burden on him to move around on our own.
Well, then after all's said and done, we'll tell him we did just what he said. Of course, you might have all gone stone cold by that time.
Don't joke about things like that.
Sounds like a joke to you? We got 2, maybe 3 corpses around here?
What part of don't you get?
Stop, you two. Don't fight.
We'll go search together. I'll lead the way. Sophie and Shirley, you hold hands. And Lance, you watch the rear.
Papa.
You really want to go?
Yes, we'll be all right together. And there's something I'm curious about.
What's that?
This whole incident may just be a great big farce.
What do you mean?
Let's be going.
Helena! Where are you? Helena! Helena!
David!
Are you okay?
That man knocked me out. I woke up here. I was unconscious the whole time. Keith!
Helena!
Keith! Where are you?
Always on the run, huh? But marijuana addicts can move better than you. What's in that big head of yours? Brendan?
You lose. Detective.
You're Brendan? Why? Stop moving around.
Keith! Helena!
We have to stop the bleeding. Lance!
Richard, help me out.
Sophie, find something to tie him with.
Keith!
Got you.
Keith? You...
Helena, when we get home, let's finish our conversation. No more running.
No! Keith, stay with me, please! Keith!
The servants and Stevie. 10 people died all told. I'm sure glad to be alive now. Feeling glad to even have air to breathe.
Listen, don't you say a word about all this, especially not to your coworkers. If it takes money to shut your yap, I'll pay any price.
Oh, bribery! Where's that money coming from?
My own pockets. Listen, you guys can distort the truth all you want, and I won't say a peep, 'cause that's freedom of the press. But this is different. I've got no tolerance for people pointing and laughing at a wounded friend.
Do I gotta tell you again? I'm not a gossip guy. I hate cops, sure, but I hate gossip too. I won't ask for money, and I won't say a peep, 'cause I'm grateful to the guy. So quit hounding me. But, as an involved party, I've got a right to know what happened there. I just can't wrap my head around it. I talked to Brendan at dinner. Heard he got tired of the musty old castle and ran to Hollywood. Had a lot of fun in the movie biz. So what was the motive?
Guy's gone silent. Sounds like he convinced you he was a goody two-shoes. But I bet you heard a different story in Hollywood. Now that's the kind of thing your lot should be writing about. Nobody knows people's past, usually. But it's easy to fool you into thinking otherwise with a little acting. And once you know somebody's past, you can lead them by the nose. He tricked you all, and tried to kill you. What a farce. Not sure of the motive yet, but he was pretty systematic about it all. Spent a ton of cash beforehand to check up on all the tour attendees. Even did a background check on me.
On you? Why?
'Cause I was going to be on that tour.
No wonder I thought he knew me. The hell, so he just researched us?
That's the oldest trick in the book for us, saying, I know all about you. It makes you superior to the other person, so you can control them. Then they freak out and have to submit. He knew that tactic well. Seeing right through people without any tricks. That's what makes a real monster, ain't it? In his case, he just used money and connections to dig up people's pasts, and played the part of a monster.
But the research wasn't to select candidates. So he just picked randomly. Damn, was he just in it for fun?
Now, my turn to ask questions. What you tell me is the only way I can figure out this incident. Give me anything you got. First, Brendan, or Boogie rather. What kind of man was he?
How should I say it? I suppose he had no emotion. That's how I saw him. He said such terrifying things without a care. He hardly showed any human feelings. He really was like a monster.
Keith told me he was a real jester.
Jester? Absolutely not. I would have much preferred if he were at least a little silly. He was a very disturbing, terrifying man. He was totally calm as he did awful things.
Richard, you seem to have a suspicion he might be Brendan. Why do you think that?
When my daughter went missing, and I panicked thinking that man might have taken her, Keith told me something. This was the kind of person who would show corpses as decoration, so if he did take Sophie, he'd show off proof of it, meaning she was still safe. Luckily enough, I didn't see them, but indeed, evidently, there were many dead bodies left around. As Keith said, my daughter hadn't fallen into his grasp. He was correct in his assumption. That made me realize something unusual about what he'd said. Keith said he saw the moment Brendan's neck snapped, and his corpse was quickly dropped into the basement. Isn't that odd? Why did he quickly put Brendan's corpse out of sight? Why did he treat him differently from the other victims?
'Cause he didn't want you investigating it. He's got some keen insight, I'll give him that. So you suspected this was a farce plotted by Brendan?
No, well, I suggested that since Keith hadn't checked the corpse, he might still be alive. I only wanted to believe there was a chance he was alive. I had no conviction about the rest. So I didn't speak about it to Keith. I wouldn't dare risk throwing him off with my amateur opinion. Not to mention we didn't know whether his wife was safe.
Apparently, Keith saw the moment Brendan's head came off, actually.
Was it a doll?
Right you are. Packed with neat little blood packs, it seems. Brendan was hung upside down and had his mouth taped up, and it was dark enough to be hard to tell who's who. Just dressing him up the same way made Keith assume it was him. On top of all those flashy rave lights, he dropped the corpse down below so it was impossible to check it closer. And since Keith saw the tour conductor killed right after that, of course, he'd think Brendan was killed too.
If I'd said something, maybe this could have been resolved sooner, but I was paralyzed with fear. I was only worried about my daughter, even when Keith was running all over the place for us.
Don't worry about it. Keith did all that 'cause he wanted to, that's all. He's deeply glad you're all safe. Now, little lady, can we hear from you too?
Hear what?
Anything. What you thought. What you noticed.
Well, I knew he was a fake, because I've met the real Boogie Man.
Sophie, stop it. Not this tale again.
Fine, if you say so, Papa. Guess I'm not saying a word.
Go ahead, please. Meeting the real Boogie Man sounds pretty juicy. Can you tell me more?
Maybe not really met. He just touched my shoulder. But his hand was cold as ice. Right away I knew it wasn't human. That guy's hands were human, though. They had warmth, so I knew he was just a regular guy.
Huh. So Boogie Man's hands are cold, eh? Tell that to my little squirt. Anything else you noticed?
I feel like you might get angry if I say this.
I won't. Tell me.
That guy had this cold and emotionless air, like you couldn't tell what he was thinking at all. It reminded me of Mr. Keith, a little.
You still think that way now?
Not even, because Mr. Keith got really mad at me. He was like, "Don't worry your papa ever again."
Red paint? On his face? There was nothing like that. It was all red from blood spurts, though.
Really? Keith told me he had a weird paint on a torn paper bag. And one more thing. Did you see any red graffiti in the castle? Or any monsters? Hear any phones ringing?
No, I didn't.
Mr. Hoover, you're colorblind, if I recall. Maybe you just couldn't see the paint.
Yeah, but it's white and pink I get mixed up. I can see red just fine.
Well, and you, miss?
I saw quite a bit of the castle, but none of that. Did you hear that from the others?
Don't get me wrong. I don't think you're lying. The others said they saw nothing too. But then, that makes Keith the one talking nonsense.
I don't think Keith is necessarily lying.
What do you mean?
Because people don't always see the same things you do.
Thanks for the assistance, you two. Sorry about calling you in 2 weeks after the fact.
Is not everything settled yet?
The police there are in the middle of their investigation. My role is just to assist. I'm going to report your testimonies to them, and that's that. I'll be off now. Eric, take them to the entrance.
When our son died, I thought my own life was over too. I couldn't think about anything. Nothing had any taste. But tears would suddenly come anyway. I don't remember anything about what I did back then, but I do remember one thing. That Keith was always at my side. When I wailed and shouted, he'd hug me, stroke my hair, say it was okay. Eventually, I adjusted to life without our son. I found I could laugh again. But when I got my own emotions back, I realized Keith had stopped laughing. I had been broken, and so had Keith. Over time, I was able to heal, but he didn't. He was still stuck in the moment of Todd's death. He was always supporting me, so he never faced up to himself. I struggled to be at least a little stronger. Next time, I would protect him, since I wanted him to laugh again. But I couldn't. I couldn't repay anything to Keith. And I realized I was a burden on him that would keep him from ever walking again. So, even if we're far apart, as long as he can laugh again, then that's the best choice I can make.
My wife always brings me warm milk before I go to bed. And last Father's Day, my little squirt tried cooking me a meal. I definitely don't need milk to get to sleep. And the kids cooking, I'll be blunt, it ain't good. But I'm glad for it. Usefulness and collateral don't mean a thing with this stuff. Keith didn't stay close to you expecting something in return. That's just what he wanted to do. You guys have got too much sympathy. You don't mind getting hurt for the sake of the other. But can't you notice that one of you being hurt hurts the other? You've just been getting more and more wounded as you go along. You're propping Keith up too, Helena. He can fight day after day, because he knows you're waiting at home, as much as I tease him about it. Don't think of yourself as baggage. Depend on him as much as you need. That's what he wants too.
Keith grabbed my hand and smiled, even though he was stabbed and wounded.
And what'd he say?
Got you.
'Cause he finally got what makes him happiest. But, man, too much discrepancy between your guys' testimonies and Keith's. Just how am I gonna report this to their department? Hey, Helena, he went back home from the hospital today, right? Can I come talk with him now?
I'm sorry. Before he goes back home, there's a place he's going to visit. And I'm planning to head there myself. Keith.
I've always wanted to cry like this. I never forgot about him. Not for a single day. Ever since he died, I was scared. I felt like even the slightest sign of weakness would make it all crumble. I acted like I felt nothing, like nothing disturbed me. I thought then I might be able to fool everyone, even myself. It was so stupid. I was broken a long time ago. It was all garbage, but I acted like a champion of justice. It always felt off. Whoever I was working for, I never felt repaid. And I saw you were safe, and you came up to me. Finally, I felt happy again. Acting strong just made me weak. It was pointless. Todd would never forgive his father staying broken forever, because I promised I'd protect his mom. I'll take off the blindfold. I'm gonna laugh, even if it's at a stupid TV show. If I'm pissed, I'll get mad. And if I'm sad, I'll cry. First, I guess there'll have to be counseling. There's something seriously wrong with my head, seems like. It's gonna be a busy time. It's gonna be so busy, I won't be able to do it alone. Helena, I don't think I can deal with just being a good loser. I want a chance. Let me chase after you. Let me get down on my knees. You're the only one I want waiting for me.
There's no need for a chance. Didn't I tell you? Divorce or decide. I've decided. Haven't you too? We only ever have one umbrella, so we hold it together. And it's fine if we get a little wet, because it'll soon be sunny again.
How many times have we come here again?
Oh, 5, I think.
Ugh, I can't stand it. We've told them the same story over and over. There's gonna be rumors at school about Sophie frequenting the police station.
Now, Sophie, don't complain. The police are doing their best, and it's been a month now. This must be the last time. I'm sure of it. Does my princess require a beverage to quell her temper? What shall it be, your majesty?
Orange juice.
Very well. I'll go buy some.
Thanks. Hey, when those dogs attacked me, you saved me, right? I can't imagine any other reason those dogs would fall asleep so quickly. Thanks. I'm having a great time lately. I'm getting along great with Papa and Anne, and Reagan, well, if she wants to get along, I'll give her a chance. Things are so much better than when I carried all my burden myself. Now I know there's someone always looking out for me. Sometimes I really miss you. You're doing okay, right? How about the other fairies? You know,
Sorry to butt in.
Ah! Hold on, wait! You got the wrong idea. I'm not a weirdo or anything, okay?
Don't touch me. Brats with a thing for daydreaming aren't the most comfortable people to be around.
I'm not daydreaming. Keep it between us, but I've met some fairies. So you don't believe me?
No, I do. I met one when I was a kid, too.
Really?
Yeah, this hobo in the area always had a head full of dandruff, so I called him the Dandruff Fairy. Oh yeah, and I've got a coworker who eats non-stop cup noodles, the Cup Noodle Fairy. Want to be introduced?
Why won't you believe me?
A 37-year-old who believes in fairies ain't exactly socially adjusted, don't you think? But hey, if they do exist, put in a request to one of your fairy friends to get me some wings. Big, fluffy, pink ones.
What do you use those for?
Just want some wings. Why not? Mr. Detective wanna fly away. Huh. You angry? Phew, better step off. One of your friends might cast a spell to turn me into a fluffy white kitty. Maybe instead of filling your head with stupid fantasies, fill in that chest a little. It's so pathetic I can't even look at it.
Ugh!
What's wrong?
Haven't been able to sleep since last night, even though I'm sleepy. It's weird.
Did you take any medicine?
Yep. Anxiolytics. Sleeping pills. Guess they're not working.
Let's talk to each other then. Before you know it, you'll be sound asleep, and it'll be morning.
Don't you need to sleep? You don't have to stay up for me.
It's fine. I'll stay with you until you're snoozing away.
Maybe some exercise would have been better.
Hello, I'm Manly Badass Hero, the voice of Dick Anderson. I've been a big fan of the Strange Men series, so when I saw there was auditions, I sent some improv and general recordings, and not only was I accepted, I also found out Uri was a fan of my playthroughs of her games, which needless to say made me feel a bit giddy. Personally, I've liked the games not only because of their similarities to things like Silent Hill, but also that they're relatable to people with depression. Whether or not you're an adult or a young person, I think dark times in your life can really change your perspective on the world, and sometimes this makes you a crooked man. Anyway, I've been glad to help work on this project, and until next time, thanks for playing.
Hey there, this is Cyril, and I voiced Eric. I hope you enjoyed the game, and what a great game it was, right? Thanks to everyone who worked on it, especially Yuri. This was my first try at voice acting, so I hope you liked it. It was such a great experience for me. Moving on, I'm a freelance artist. If you're interested in seeing my work, then just visit my website. A real amazing thing this was for me, and I hope that it was for you as well. Take care, player. Until next time.
Heya, Serenity Harper here, the voice of Helena Baring. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you on beating the game. I hope you had fun playing and liked the ending, or endings you got. It's been a great pleasure and an honor to work on this project alongside everyone. I never expected to get Helena's role since it's my first time voice acting, and to tell you the truth, my audition was very messy. I have quite a lot of things to talk about, but in order to avoid bogging down players with minutes upon minutes of talking, I have written my overall thoughts about the game down on my blog. It will be made available once people have reached this to avoid spoiling stuff. For those who are interested in reading it, the blog is helenabaring.tumblr.com. Thank you so much again for playing the Boogie Man. If you ever want to talk, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at Serene Harper. I'll give you warm hugs and pats on the back for a job well done. Alright, that sounds weird. Anyways, take care always and catch you later.
Hey there. I was actually thinking about saying I'm not actually the voice actor of Toad, but in the end, nah. So, great thanks to Uri, the Great Games equally great creator, who was also really sweet along the creation of the game, Visual Person, Her Majesty the Translator Queen, and the voice actors, who helped bring this together with their lovely voices. It was a pleasure to work with all of them. And of course, we can't forget you. Good job for getting the good ending, by the way. Oh, and just a note, if I do something the later days, it probably won't be in the same name. Something like Nobody maybe. I have a Twitter with that name, but then again, who knows. Anyways, thank you, I love you.
Hello everyone, my name is Max. To most people on the internet, I'm known as Blue Neon Light Show. On YouTube, I go by Epsilon, and I voice Keith for this game. Yeah, I know, lots of names. This was the first time I tried voice acting, so yeah, sorry if I didn't do as good of a job as I could have. It's really been an honor doing this for Yuri. I honestly didn't expect getting the part. Some friends on Skype said that they were trying out for the Boogie Man, and I thought it would be fun to try. Turns out, Yuri liked my voice, so imagine my surprise when I actually got the part. I really like playing the role as Keith. I always like the cold-hearted characters that work on the side of justice, and is willing to do anything to save the day. Kinda like Jack Bauer, I guess. Or Batman. Anyway, please try out the other games whenever you get the chance. There's the Sandman, the Crooked Man, go and check them out if you haven't yet. Thank you for playing through the game, keeping me alive, and more importantly, thank you for saving my wife. I'm sure Serene will be happy that you saved Helena too. Unless you got the other 4 endings first. Then, anyway, feel free to talk to any of us. We all have Skype. Mine is neon.l.show. I should probably stop talking now. Congratulations, and good night.
Hello everyone, I'm Ro, the voice of David Hoover. First, thank you for playing the Boogie Man. I hope you had as much fun playing as I did voicing in it. Thank you Uri for making this game, and thank you VG Person for translating it, helping Uri, and making some 2D Japanese indie horror games available for English speakers to play. So I initially came upon Uri's games on VGPerson's website. The first of these that I played was The Crooked Man. On my first playthrough, I spoke out all of David's lines to myself, just for fun. I quite like David's everyman character. He was someone we could all relate to because of the things he'd done and seen. He's also really kind and loves to help. He's the kind of soft-spoken protagonist that everyone loves or loves to hate, which you see often in anime and manga. Despite being an avid fan of anime and manga, I found it hard to capture that kind of character with my voice. When I auditioned for a role in The Boogie Man, I had no idea it would be a game that ties together all the characters of Uri's previous other games. So when I learned that I would be the voice of my favorite character, I was very thrilled. Now I am David Hoover. I have a very, very old YouTube channel that I've never uploaded to before, but I'm going to start uploading voice acting clips, games, and whatever I can think of there. It is youtube.com/Rokuro. That's ROUKURO. And yes, I know I spelled that particular name wrong. It won't have much for now, but I'll be uploading more as time passes, and hopefully people will like it. Oh, and if you want me to voice act for your game or project, feel free to send me a message at that channel.
Hello, this is a doxographist, and I am the voice actress for Shirley, who is a cool chick who's tough and dependable. And I'm not like that at all, because I'm a big weenie baby and I get scared really easily. So that's where I'm at. Either way, it's been a lot of fun doing voice work for this project. I'm sad that I don't have anything more to record, but I am also happy to see it all come together beautifully. Voltron-like. I don't know what Voltron is in Japanese. Never mind. Yeah. So I guess a bit about me. I'm a doxographist. I'm from Canada. I speak English and I speak French as well. I don't really do voice acting in French though, but bonjour, ça c'est mon français, je suis bilingue, français-anglais, mais mon anglais est supérieur que mon français, meilleur, peux-je dire. I've been voice acting for maybe about 3 to 4 years, around that ballpark, and mostly I voice deeper women, tough chicks. Ugh. I voice a lot of young boys, I voice some tomboy girls, that kind of stuff. The main project that I do is Let's Read Homestuck on YouTube, which is a comic dub of a webcomic called Homestuck. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, but I voiced Jade Harley.
Jade Harley, who is a high-pitched girl, and it's kind of different from my regular voice, but whatever.
I do a lot of comic dubs with the group that produces Let's Read Homestuck. It's called Collab HQ if you want to look it up. And yeah, I don't know if I have much to add. I've done voice work for a couple of games, but mostly what I do is I do motion comics and I do comic dubs. But yeah, either way, I hope you enjoyed playing the game. I hope you got spooked. You got your willies Jimmy wrestled, scared. You know, expressions meaning you got frightened. And yeah, sorry, this is I'm not great at talking about myself, but either way, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Later.
Hey everyone. This is Jesse, aka Stevie, and thanks for playing the Boogie Man. I've had a fantastic time working on this project, and I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. As a last note, I just want to give you all a recommendation to look out for future titles from Electric Pop Studios, a game designing group I'm a part of. We're in the beginning stages, so we haven't released anything yet, but hopefully we'll be getting started on that soon. Hope you all enjoyed listening to me die. Have a good one. Bye.
Hello, this is Nervous from misanthropop.com, aka Lance Canal. I'm recording this with help from my new assistant, Borscht. Say hi, Borscht! I've been a fan of both Uri and VGPerson's output for a couple of years now, so it really was a pleasure and an honor to spend the last year working on the Boogie Man alongside them. I've also met a lot of interesting and lovely people from all over the world in the form of my fellow actors and actresses. I suppose Lance would say, "What do you want from me? I've done my job already, give me a break." But I'd really like to thank Uri and VG Person for the wonderful opportunity that they gave me, and I hope we can all work together again someday. I'd also like to thank you for playing the game, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks.
Hi, I'm the Overlord Bear. You can call me Tob or Tobby, or maybe Tobbs. I know. What do you want to call me? Anyway, I voiced Brendan Dumont here in Uri-san's The Boogie Man. I'd like to thank Uri-san for letting me be in this project. I'm glad to be a part of the making of an awesome game in Uri-san's awesome Strange Men series, and I'm glad that I have met and made friends with certain people in the production group. How difficult was figuring out the puzzles in the game? How difficult was figuring out the identity of the person behind the mask of the fake Boogie Man? I'd like to know, though I think Uri-san would like to know that and more of your thoughts about the game even more. Also, I'd like to say that if I were a character in the TBM story, I think Brendan would probably do one of three things. Number 1, place me at main character level, maybe even at protagonist level considering my liking for heroism. Number 2, turn me into a butt monkey that doesn't get killed during the plot but gets tortured for comedy, for Brendan at least, a lot because of my social awkwardness. And 3, kill me because I was pretty nosy and then ended up knowing too much about his plans. Maybe you would do a mix of the 3 choices. Indeed, being one of Brendan's victims is a freaking scary thought. Oh, and I'd like to know your honest constructive feedback on my voice acting. Also, if you want to know more about me, please go to theoverlordbear.wordpress.com. Oh, and maybe you'll find something interesting if you go to brennan'scastle.tumblr.com. Now, excuse me while I take over and renovate a certain blonde Two-Face's castle.
Hello, I'm the voice for the Boogie Man. Oh, sorry. Where was I? Oh yeah. Hi, I'm Dave Ossity, the voice of the Boogie Man, but you could just call me Dave. I must say, it was an honor to be able to work with Uri and all the other actors and actresses on this game. I've been a big fan of Uri's games for some time, and when I saw that she was having an audition for a new project, I thought I might try out for a role. I'm not a professional voice actor, in my opinion, but I have done some voiceover work in my past, and I have done some scary story readings. You can find them on YouTube if you're interested. Just search on my name. Anyway, I auditioned and now I'm here in Uri's game. I really enjoyed bringing her character of the Boogie Man to life. Helping Uri create this game was a fun and rewarding experience for me, and I'm very glad to have been a part of it. I'm also glad that you decided to play this game and have made it this far. Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed playing the Boogie Man.
Hi, I'm Chocolate. I do the voice of Sophie. I'm really glad I got to be in this game, especially that I got to play Sophie. I really related to her story in The Sandman, so it's just really awesome that I'm doing her voice, you know? I'm also working on a game, though it has a long way to go before it's finished. It's called Dollhouse, and it'll also be a puzzle exploration type game.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're playing this. My name is Winter Johnson, and I'm the voice of Richard Grundler. Congratulations on getting through this story of death, fear, and loss. I hope the emotional scars will fade in time. Working on this game has been a very fun experience for me, and working with the developer has been a delight. She has been very encouraging and reasonable, yet is not afraid to mention when something needs reworking. Seeing the story grow and watching these characters develop and change and fight and die has been fascinating to watch. As an actor, I am so happy to have been given the opportunity to help bring the story to life. I hope you enjoyed playing the game as much as I did acting in it.